Hey there, cruisers. Let's talk about 5 unforgettable cruise ports that you absolutely must experience. Now, I'm not going to say these are the 5 most unforgettable or the 5 best cruise ports because that is so subjective. But these 5 ports are among the most visited, and they do tend to be loved by cruisers around the world, especially if you take a Caribbean cruise departing from the United States. And if you're doing that, chances are good you will call upon at least one of these ports. So let's get into it. First is Nassau, Bahamas, the capital of the Bahamas. Now, this one can be a little divisive and it tends to get some hate from some cruisers, but that's mostly because it used to be known for having super aggressive, pushy vendors right at the cruise port, hassling cruisers right off the ship to buy their wares. Now, this is not nearly as much of a problem since Nassau unveiled their multi-million-dollar cruise port renovation in the spring of 2023. Once you exit the cruise port area, you may encounter some vendors. They may feel a little pushy, but I just look ahead, aggressively say, no thank you, don't make eye contact, and keep it moving. Personally, even before and after, I have always loved Nassau, and here are some of the reasons why. One is that it's home to Atlantis. One of the main attractions here is the Atlantis Resort. Whether you're exploring the massive aquariums, enjoying the water park, or trying your luck at the casino, there's something at Atlantis for everyone. Now, I will be honest and tell you that personally, I find Atlantis to be a bit overrated and expensive. I've done the day passes for the water park there, and unless you're really into water slides, I actually do not recommend it. But here's a fun fact, especially if you're like me and you like to ball on a budget. You can easily take a taxi there from the cruise port and walk around much of the grounds to explore, including the beautiful adjacent marina, and it costs you nothing. It's free. And while you're over there, you can check out another big destination of Nassau, which are its beaches. Cabbage Beach is located very close to Atlantis, but if you want to stay closer to port, you can visit the popular Junkanoo Beach. Both are perfect for soaking up the sun and enjoying the crystal clear waters. Seriously, I've cruised to most Caribbean destinations, and I think the Bahamas has some of the best, most clear waters. You can basically see down to your feet. Now, what's great about Junkanoo is that it is located in walking distance from the cruise pier. You walk off the cruise ship, walk through that new cruise terminal area that I told you about, hang a right, and it's just a couple of blocks away. Now, do note, though, that the public part of Junkanoo Beach does tend to get really crowded. There will be vendors there trying to rent you chairs and umbrellas, and you may get offered some illicit drugs, which can be off-putting. So if that's of concern to you, avoid that. I personally like to buy a day pass and spend the money for Margaritaville Resort and get private access to Junkanoo Beach as well as the Margaritaville amenities. Another great option is downtown Nassau. Just getting off the cruise ship and walking around and exploring the colorful streets of downtown Nassau is pretty awesome. They have a famous straw market where you can see local crafts and souvenirs, although watch out because sometimes they'll sell mass-produced stuff from China and pretend like it's handcrafted. So buyer beware. And you can also check out the historic Fort Finn Castle for a bit of history. Oh, and if you like history, you must walk a little bit or take a taxi to visit the famous Queen's Staircase. This is a left out of the cruise port, and it's about a 20 to 25 minute walk. So if you have mobility issues or safety concerns, take a taxi. And of course, local cuisine. You can't visit Nassau without trying some Bahamian specialties like conch fritters or the Bahama Mama cocktails. The second unforgettable port is Cozumel, Mexico. It is a beautiful island, and Cozumel is a haven for water sports enthusiasts and nature lovers alike. Personally, this is one of my favorites, and it's one of the most visited cruise ports in the world. One of the great attractions here is snorkeling and diving. Wherever you go in Cozumel, you basically can't go wrong. Cozumel is renowned for its incredible coral reefs. Palancar Reef and Columbia Reef offer some of the best snorkeling and diving experiences in the Caribbean. Now, do note that this part of the Caribbean can get seagrass, and so that can impede the experience a little bit depending on the season. But regardless, it's always a good time. Cozumel is also famous for Shankanab National Park. This is an eco park, and it is a must visit. At Shankanab, you can snorkel, you can swim with the dolphins, or simply relax on the beach. The park also features a botanical garden and a replica of a Mayan village. Shankanab will always be near and dear to my heart because I actually stopped here on my very first visit to Cozumel, and my kids and my nieces and my whole family that I was cruising with all loved it, as did I. Now, if a beach day isn't your thing and you prefer more of an urban vibe, you can explore San Miguel de Cozumel. This is the main town on the island. It's perfect for shopping and dining if you just aren't feeling a beach day. Now, this is important to note. Cozumel is home to 3 cruise ports, and only one of them is really close to the downtown area. So make sure you check your cruise documents to see which terminal that you'll be docking at so you can make plans accordingly. Now, the best part, in my opinion, of Cozumel are the all-inclusive beach clubs. You can enjoy a day at one of the famous all-inclusive beach clubs like Paradise Beach, Nachi Kokam, or Mr. Sancho's. Those are 3 of the most popular. These clubs offer awesome amenities like pools, some have swim-up bars, some have ocean inflatables, they have water sports, and the best part is it is all-inclusive. So you get unlimited food and drinks, including alcohol beverages, which can make for a really relaxing and enjoyable day. And I find that compared to most cruise line excursions, buying a day pass on your own for one of these all-inclusive beach clubs is a far better deal, and it's more enjoyable. Oh, and another thing I love about Cozumel, taxis are regulated, they're easily available at all of the cruise terminals, and they're pretty cheap. So I always personally do a beach club day in Cozumel and just taxi there directly from the cruise port. Number 3 is Georgetown, Grand Cayman, the capital of the Cayman Islands. Known for its pristine beaches and its upscale vibe, Georgetown offers a mix of relaxation and adventure. Now, a lot of cruise guides will tell you that there's great shopping here downtown. I personally disagree with that. I've done the Explore Downtown on foot thing, and personally, I don't find that Georgetown has a lot to offer. But that doesn't mean Grand Cayman isn't a phenomenal port. It is. I love Grand Cayman, but also note that this is a tender port. So when you're planning your day here, account for the time that it's going to take to get on a tender boat from your cruise ship all the way to the cruise terminal and then return. This also does tend to be a shorter port of call. Most of the times that I've cruised to Grand Cayman, our call has been 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. And when you account for the tender time, that doesn't leave a lot of time to explore. So make sure you plan accordingly. Now, once you actually set foot on land in Grand Cayman, there are great things to do. Probably the top destination is 7 Mile Beach. This famous beach is consistently ranked among the best in the world, and it is phenomenal. It has super soft white sand, clear turquoise waters, it's perfect for swimming and sunbathing. It's absolutely gorgeous. I've been a couple of times in the last year, and it's really awesome every single time. There are jet skis for rent, banana boats, anything you want to do, it's there. And there are locals on hand available to rent you an umbrella and lounger if that's your preference. Stingray City is another awesome attraction. It's really unique. It's what I did on my first visit there, and I will never forget it. With Stingray City, you'll get on a boat, they'll take you out, and you can swim in the wild and feed friendly stingrays in their natural habitat. It really is one of those unforgettable bucket list experiences. And the Cayman Turtle Center. This is a conservation center where you can learn about and interact with sea turtles. So this is one that is not just fun, but it's also educational. Next is Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic. This is serviced by 2 popular cruise terminals, Carnival's Amber Cove, and then there's Taino Bay, which is used by most of the other cruise lines. I love this port because it's rich in history and natural beauty, and it offers a ton of activities for every type of traveler. And it also has another huge and distinctive unique benefit that I'll tell you about in a minute. But first, let's talk about things to do in Puerto Plata. First is the downtown area. Here you can explore the charming area, including the Central Park with a gorgeous cathedral. You can feed pigeons. You can visit the famous Pink Alley, and then right by that is Umbrella Alley, both of which are totally Insta-worthy. They also have amber museums if you want to know a little bit about the amber deposits in the shore that give Amber Cove its name. These spots are perfect for learning a little bit about the culture and history, and also getting amazing photos and soaking in that local culture. You can also visit Fort San Felipe. This is a historic fort, and it offers a glimpse into Puerto Plata's colonial past. It's a great spot for history buffs. Admission is really cheap. The distinctive thing I love about Puerto Plata is the cruise terminals themselves. What's awesome about this cruise destination is that both Taino Bay and Amber Cove cruise terminals are known for being great ports with awesome free pools and amenities. I've been to both many times. I love them. You can have a fantastic day right at the cruise port without having to pay for an excursion. You can enjoy pools. Taino Bay even has a lazy river. There are lots of shops, but I do think they tend to be a little overpriced. Local flavors, restaurants, you name it, they have it. And you don't even have to take a taxi, which can be expensive in Puerto Plata, FYI, but you can stay right there and enjoy a lot of amenities. And beaches. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Puerto Plata beaches compared to the other ports that we talked about, but they do have some good destinations. Costa Rica is a beach that's walkable from Taino Bay, but not from Amber Cove. And also FYI, Umbrella Alley in the downtown area is also walkable from Taino Bay, but not Amber Cove. If you're visiting Amber Cove, you're pretty much going to have to take a taxi if you want to get anywhere outside of the port. Another great beach option that's not walkable from either of those cruise ports is Playa del Poblita, but it's not very far. So those are two great beach options if you really do want a day of sun and sand. Last but not least, Grand Turk in the Turks and Caicos. This port is a paradise for beach lovers and history enthusiasts. Now, this is a great beach day destination, and what I love about it is there is a beach right there at the cruise terminal area. You get off the cruise ship, you walk down the pier, and there is a beach. It's awesome. It's great for snorkeling. There's lots of fish there right by the rocks and by the pier, and it does tend to be a little rocky, so if you visit that, you might want to bring your water shoes. Other things to do here include Governor's Beach. This is a little bit further away, not really walkable, but it's known for its pristine white sands and clear blue waters. It's a great place to relax and enjoy the sun. Now, here's a pro tip about visiting Grand Turk. A lot of cruisers, me included, love to rent a golf cart here to get around. Grand Turk is a pretty small island, so if you rent a golf cart, you can actually explore most of it in a standard port of call day. And an added bonus is Grand Turk is famous for its wild donkeys. So you see those in abundance as you drive around. But note for Americans, they do drive on the opposite side of the road, so be cognizant of that if you do rent a golf cart. But if you want to visit Governor's Beach or some of these other locations, renting a golf cart is an affordable and really fun way to do it. You can also visit the Grand Turk Lighthouse. This is a historic lighthouse. You get some amazing views and some local history. And the surrounding area is also gorgeous and perfect for scenic walks. Now, this is kind of far from the cruise port area, but if you want to get there easily, you can, you guessed it, rent a golf cart. Diving and snorkeling. Grand Turk is famous for its incredible diving spots, especially the Grand Turk Wall, where you can see dramatic underwater cliffs and tons of marine life. I always like to save money. I like to bring my own snorkeling set, and I can just stay there at port without spending any money and get my snorkeling fix. And that's another big destination. Not only is there a beach right off the pier, but there is a famous destination just a short walk down the beach, which is called Jack's Shack. This is a beachfront bar, restaurant, and grill, popular with cruisers, and you can enjoy all of these things right there on the beach. Oh, and bonus, fun fact, did you know that Grand Turk is home to the world's only pink Starbucks? It's right there in the cruise port area, so you can stop in, grab a drink, get a photo, and enjoy that. And there you have it, 5 of the top unforgettable cruise ports that you have to experience. Now, each of these destinations offers something unique and special, ensuring that your cruise will be filled with amazing memories. Now, I do have detailed port guides for all of these ports and more for free on my blog at profmelissa.com, so be sure to go and check those out. And while you're at it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that follow button, and reply in the comments. I want to know what you think of these ports.